one day we went looking for a member referral, and he wasn't home, and so we taught his cousin instead. And and at that time in our mission, if somebody did not accept to be baptized on the first lesson, we were not allowed to go back and teach them again. It was we would teach them the first lesson, invite them to be baptized, and if they said no, we wouldn't go back unless they had come to church that week. And so when we taught this first lesson to this guy, and he said, "I got to think about it." And we're just like, "Oh, everybody says that. He's not actually going to think about it." And my companion said, "Okay, think about it. We'll come back tomorrow." And I looked at him like, "What do you mean we'll come back tomorrow? We're not supposed to do that." But he was senior companion, and so I'm just like, "Okay, whatever. We'll come back tomorrow." And so we ended up going back 2 days later. I don't know why we didn't go back the next day, but we went back 2 days later, and he opened the door and he said, "Elders, can I still be baptized on the 7th of, when was it? July?" He asked us, "Can I still be baptized?" And we're like, wow, like that wasn't what we were expecting. And so we sat down with him and taught him, we started teaching him everything. And this guy, we gave him a Book of Mormon on that second lesson. It was the 24th of July that he got the Book of Mormon. That's what it was. Yep. And a couple lessons later, we started teaching about the word of wisdom. Actually, he taught himself about the word of wisdom. We gave him a pamphlet the day before to read up on. And so and then we'd come in the next day and he would teach us everything that he had learned. And it was great. Like, he was the easiest investigator ever because we didn't have to teach him anything. He just taught himself. And so then he comes in and he tells us on the day after we gave him the Word of Wisdom pamphlet, and he says, "Okay, these are my problems." And he started listing off all the problems he had with the Word of Wisdom, which were pretty much all of them, including lots of heavy, heavy drugs. And he said, "The day that you gave me the Book of Mormon was the last day that I've used any of these substances." And we gave him some replacements for coffee and for tea. Really, there's no replacements for drugs or alcohol. But we told him, "Look, this Book of Mormon that you have, it's powerful. And we promise you that if you read the Book of Mormon, every time you have the urge to break the word of wisdom, that you won't. That you will receive the strength that's necessary to overcome this temptation." And he did. Every time he felt the urge to go out and get some crack, he would grab the Book of Mormon instead. And some days we would come back and he would have read like 50 pages just because I guess he had lots of temptations to go use drugs. But it was great because he actually understood everything that he had read, and he would just tell us everything that he had read in the previous like 7 or 8 chapters that day. And he was baptized several weeks later, and he doesn't, because of the Book of Mormon, he was able to overcome all of those temptations. And not since the 24th of July of 2011 has he broken the word of wisdom, because of the Book of Mormon, because of the promise that we gave him, that what we didn't give it to him, but really it's the Lord's promise that as we seek to read his words, and that he will give us the strength that we need to be righteous and to follow his commandments.